I'm a hex girl, and I'm gonna put a spell on you. It's that coppa thing that I hate. But we gotta do what we gotta do to survive, and then you need a movie review. Hey, how's it going, YouTube friends? It's me, your one fuzzy boy. Never back at you again in the worldwide ick with the world gone crazy, so there's not much we can do about that, but we do have a show to help you get distracted. Yes, it's the only show with lemon-scented limes, lest I forget, and the only show with a supernatural, super awesome third eye. I mean, why are we still telling this joke? It is 2020, but if you did laugh, then thank you. It's Wednesday again, my friends, and I have to thank you all for being my YouTube friends once again. Thank you for coming and finding me. Thank you for clicking that subscribe button and that little bell icon, because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Thank you for keeping on. And it's movie review time. So let's get into it, shall we? And today's movie is Jacob's Wife. It's not rated, so extra crazy stuff. It's an hour and 38 minutes. It's a drama with a horror attached to it. It came out April 16th of this year. So we're a little late, but better late than never. It's from director Travis Stevens, big name and producer, not so big name and director, and I feel he had some issues, but we'll get into that. The writers on this were Kathy Charles, Mark Steensland, and Travis Stevens. It stars Barbara Crampton, who she's been in The Re-Animator, Lords of Salem, Larry Ferguson. I'm not too familiar with his work, and Bonnie Aarons. And those are pretty much the names you need to know to get through this. Our production companies were AMP International and iVox. Our distributor here in the good old United States of America, God bless America, land that I love, was AMP International. No special effects are listed. Sorry. You know this movie. You've seen this movie. It's a small, secluded town in the middle of nowhere. Where have we seen this before? 38-something days of night, something like that. It feels very made-for-TV movie, though. Travis Stevens had a very hard time with what I call, the mix between comedy, reality, and character development. And this is called tone, as I understand it, but it needed work. I feel like we could have punched this up a little more. Barbara Crampton, you know her, famous. She's been in so many movies that I've seen. And her and Larry Ferguson are, preacher and pastor's wife who's in his shadow, and she breaks away. And, it's not that we don't immediately kill the bad people here. We kind of like, oh, we can fix this. We have a relationship. And it was kind of nice to see that. But it felt very, very made for TV movie. And we have CM Punk in this, and he basically does nothing. He has 3 lines of dialogue, and I feel like you could have put any random person here instead of getting someone who actually has a rider. And I probably wouldn't have recognized. You probably won't recognize them anyway. They've covered up everything on this man. Yeah, the WWE days are long gone, and they aren't coming back. It's a decent movie. It's got a good premise. Little slow at the beginning, little slow to get going. But once that train is rolling, you've got your vampires, and it's ridiculous. It's just the weirdest thing you're ever going to see, and it's definitely different vampire movie than I'm used to. More rat-esque vampire, where most vampires are bat or wolf-based, kind of like super predators. And I have to admit, Bonnie Aarons was really good in this. Her makeup is terrible, though. It looks like they hired random person off the street to slap together what her makeup should be. And I wanted more, but it's B-movie at its best. And what more could you want? And for an unrated horror, it's pretty decent. And it's $7 on Amazon, and I mean, you're getting what you pay for here. I really want to see what CinemaSins thinks here. I know they're doing their own thing and off on their own little tangent, but it's always nice when you see them review something that you did. I feel it's decent, and I feel that it is a TV watch. I think this isn't going to come to TV because it's an unrated horror, but if it ever does, I think this would be an interesting TV watch. I don't see this as a DVD buy because it's super random, and I don't usually buy a lot of horror, but this might make it if there's a little bit more from the director, maybe. As for a VOD rewatch, kind of a one and done for me. I think other people might enjoy this more who enjoy the whole vampire mouse thing. Kind of feel as it's working with here. It's okay. And it's going to be kind of forgettable because it's come out right in the middle of, some of the big spring movies are just around the corner. So I feel this is as much justice as I'm going to give this. So with that said, if you like what you see in here, make sure you hit that like button. Likes and views are how YouTube works now. It's not the way I want it. It's just the way it is. And, all comments are 100% guaranteed response. I don't need to go into a spiel. Do I really need to go into a spiel? I love it, and I miss your comments when they're not there. They're the highlight of my day. And, I have to ask. I have an Amazon. I have a Patreon. It is not without your support that pays for the nonsense that keeps this thing afloat. Every time I get donations, it moves me deeply. Thank you so much for all this. And thank you for supporting my American dream. And with all that said, for a final time, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that little bell icon.
Ring-a-ding-ding.
And I will see you all in the next movie review. Bye! Yeah, Barbara Crampton, star of, the Re-Animator and Lords of Salem, just to top off my head. I haven't seen anything that Larry Fenderson has done, and it's just... I have trouble with names. And I know it's a joke, and sometimes I slur it around a little bit, but I really do struggle with people's names. I call a lot of people dude at work. And, thank you for bearing with me through that. And thank you for enjoying this and coming back and hitting that like button and everything else. I know I say this every week, but I truly do mean it. Thank you. And thank you for watching this. I know it's not the greatest thing in the world, but we do try. And I guess I'll see you next week with another movie review. I love you. Goodbye.